Losing Our House, the Bureau of Street Services, updated January 21st, 2024. Supporting the City of Los Angeles' government's fraud. In this video, we will take a look at yet another City of Los Angeles department that's encouraging the matter. The Los Angeles Bureau of Street Services. Hi, I'm a heavily disabled man who's been living with his equally heavily disabled 87-year-old mother, and both of us are about to become homeless because of the City of Los Angeles' government. This bureau, as well as their Streets LA program and their Urban Forestry Division, all three use as their main contacts the generic 311 phone number and its accompanying 311 email address of the 311 Information Center for the entire City of Los Angeles. There is good news, though. You can, however, file a service request with either, and you guessed it, the myla311.lacity.org website or the MyLA311 app available on Apple's iOS and iPad OS or Google's Android. To get to the point, all of these related departments not only assign permits for trees, especially when the trees represent a danger to the public, but having said that, they also ensure that our city streets and sidewalks are safe enough for the public. And even though, as you can plainly see by my screenshots, that some of their websites have never been updated since the previous mayor, Eric Garcetti, exactly 1 year earlier, or even as much as 3 years ago. And as you know, we have a neighbor who's invasively planted dozens of ficus trees to destroy our fence with their long, water-seeking roots and undermine not only our sewer and foundation, but his sewer and foundation, as well as our very own street's sewer and foundation. And there's an 80-foot tall pine tree on a city sidewalk easement which could easily topple and crush our house as well. Since there was no main number, I called the Bureau's tree permits number 5 months ago and talked to a very sweet and completely reassuring lady who told me repeatedly that she could not say when the inspector would arrive, even by rough estimates, because, as she reassured me, I'm not going into details, confidently affirming the city will handle it. And after several weeks of not hearing from anybody on when the inspector would arrive, I called the Bureau of Street Services tree permits number back. But now, this time, I was reprimanded by the same lady who told me now that I can't help you. I'm just a call center. She then told me to call a supervisor, and always the same single supervisor for the entire city of LA, on a separate unlisted number, and each time between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. and after 7 p.m. And like clockwork, the majority of the time, no one would ever answer until 2 p.m. on the dot. And each time, he would always admit that he had no records of our case, could barely remember our phone calls, and could do nothing until something was destroyed. And worst of all, not even a service request was filled out. He almost seemed gleeful about not having to come out. And because the Department of Building and Safety's records were there, as well as their fraudulent permits on my neighbor's 2 housing projects, It should have been very easy an inspection for any of them to do. And because we live on so very little money, when my mom bought her fence, she also paid for a commercial surveyor to put in a metal property marker that's still there into the ground so her fence company would know where to put up the fence that she paid for. And as they were told, they put up the fence exactly 8 inches behind the property line. It's been 5 months and still no inspector. No wonder there are tens of thousands of homeless in the city of Los Angeles. No matter how dangerous and illegal a situation is, it's not our problem, says the city government of Los Angeles. As I say to our elected lawmakers, my 87-year-old mother and I, again, don't want to lose our house and join the over 71,000 homeless people in Los Angeles as of 2023, the country's second largest number of homeless in the second largest city in America. Please remember these 3 legal terms. In a court of law, fraud is the felony of stating that you will provide something, and in this case, both homeowner and neighborhood safety, and not providing it. Negligence, on the other hand, is the felony of what is expected, is not up to expected standards or the law. And conspiracy is the felony intent of either committing a crime or being aware that one is or will be committed and failing to do anything about it. To those watching this video, please call, email, or write your elected lawmakers before we're out on the street. And to our elected lawmakers, please help us or cut the funding to the city government of Los Angeles for such fraud, negligence, and conspiracy. Thank you.